All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hunter, episode 98. Oh, wow.
We're almost to the 100 mark.
Almost to the 100 mark. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow, almost been two... Well,
Wait,
no. It's almost been a year of HunterxHunter.
Right, almost
That's
a
right.
year of HunterxHunter.
Because we've been doing...
Maybe a little bit more, because we didn't... Or no, yeah, we did 2 slots right away. Yeah.
Pretty
Wow.
much. Wow.
Dang.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys, this is crazy. Like, to think that, like, at this point, we're in the thick of, like, basically a global conflict between a Zerg
but worse
species.
Yeah.
A Nenzerg species.
Yeah.
And, it's getting crazy. But yeah, we don't really have much tie-in from the previous episode into this one. So I think the main thing that we're going to be figuring out is how they choose to deal with the remaining 9 days.
Yeah. Will they do it for more stuff of, like, the world around, what's happening elsewhere kind of a thing? Or are they going to focus on Gon and Killua?
Yeah, I think that it's mostly going to be stuff around the world. But I think they'll probably do little jump backs to the Gon and Killua situation.
Yeah, just to, keep us updated, basically.
Yeah, we could also do to see the king and his people doing things. Like see just a little bit, just kind of like
getting ready for the big event.
How do they prepare and that kind of stuff. But yeah, ready to do it. So without further ado, let's go. All right, guys, we're gonna start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh. Okay.
All right. Looks like we're getting the elsewhere.
Yep.
Utmost tyranny. Yeah, that was just...
Yeah, that was not smart.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, we're probably right. They're going to show some other hunters.
Right.
Hopefully some ones that we know about. Dealing with this whole situation.
Right.
Okay, who is? Oh, yeah.
What? The heat's getting to you, Mr. Lion?
I think they need to eat.
Oh.
Oh, whoa.
That...
We didn't think about this. What if they actually stumbled upon the actual king?
From reporters to...
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Wait. Oh, because the Hunter Association basically is going on an extermination mission.
Maybe. Shia LaBeouf, how will you...
He's gotten so good at playing the violin that it plays even when he's not holding it.
On some level, I'm actually scared for these 3.
Yeah.
Like, aren't you?
Like, don't you know that your chances of survival tend to go down near the king?
Please. Don't even...
Okay,
Don't come here with ambition.
Right, like, that's a whole nother level of stupid.
Yeah.
Like, just coming here at all is dangerous because you saw how the king, kills people.
Yeah.
So, Hagia. This is not one of your brightest moves. Let's just say.
Well, let's say on some level,
give him the benefit of doubt.
Give him the benefit of doubt that he's basically utilizing them as a means to shield them from, danger.
Right.
And he thinks like when the right time comes, then I will strike. But I need to get stronger.
It could also be something where he basically thinks like, hey, by sticking near the king, he's going to kill a lot of people, and maybe I'll get to eat some of the rare humans or something.
And he'll
like
get
that.
to he'll get to grow and advance as someone that would be strong and stuff.
Much slower than the others, but
yeah. But that's also again pretty stupid to striking out on his own. Oh no, you know what it is? He's a lion, so he understands where strength truly lies. So he needs to serve true strength or become true strength.
Although I think most lions strike out on their own to start their own pride.
I know. So that's why he's gonna die. Like, he's not gonna make it here. But
yeah.
But who knows? This is actually a cool way to narrow the story parameters a bit by having the lion one come to marrow him.
And that's actually a really good question. So, I love that it shows the like elastic bands, like keeping them attached. Okay.
All right.
Right. Yeah.
Oh. Whoa. Because they have the the whole country is still in effect, still functioning, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I think this is basically North Korea. They're trying to...
Ooh.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yep, this is...
Okay.
I think this was intentional.
Boy.
Wow. Yep. This is North Korea. Yeah. Gon's just like, oh, holy crap.
Okay.
Yep. This is North Korea. Holy crap. Don't overheat.
I think. But there was no math whatsoever.
Right. How could you... Oh, Illumi. Oh, see, they're bringing up...
Okay.
They're bringing up...
infiltrated this country.
Yep.
Specifically.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Similar information on Hunter websites. Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot.
All right.
Grandpappy Zoldyck. Oh,
yeah.
And Netero.
Zeno and Netero. Rolls right off the tongue.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Pollen sensitivities are acting up. Cool.
All that stuff of not actually having Killua's footsteps have any sound.
Right, yes. Okay.
All right. Cool.
So is this a dummy village? It's completely empty. Oh, that's sad. Yeah.
This almost looks like people were killed here and dragged out.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Oh. Oh, wait.
The people that are being gathered?
Potentially.
Oh.
Oh. Dang. Yeah. Oh.
All right.
Oh, wait.
And in 9 days, that's just when they're going to present them. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Whoa.
Wonderful.
Well, crap. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is the far east country of the island.
Whew.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
There's the math.
There's the math again. You'd need, yeah, 500.
They could use the own soldiers of... Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Ha ha.
Holy
Ha
crap.
ha. Wonderful. Oh.
Wow. Huh. Huh.
Okay.
Huh.
All right.
Cool. Sabotage.
Right.
I love how Killua's like excited about that prospect.
Uh-huh. They will. And let the people
Die.
Yeah.
En masse. Thousands. Tens. Hundreds of thousands. Okay.
Oh boy.
Huh.
Ah, yeah. Don't reveal all your cards. Uh-huh.
That's actually very good to keep Gon in some ways like focused on that because
Right.
that's all he's going to be thinking about anyway.
Uh-huh. And this way he won't mess anything up, hopefully.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, you cannot show yourself.
Here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh.
Cool.
Wait.
Oh, wonderful.
Who is this?
Yeah.
This can't be one of the guards. Okay, so it's a chimera ant.
Oh, it could be one of Hage's people.
And then they split up because they're being followed.
Right. You can only follow one.
Crap. Oh, gotcha.
Nice.
Cool. So, a lot of the ants that spread out came back to... It basically came to this country.
Right.
So, that's awesome. Wait. Oh, cool. Yeah. Right, the supreme leader.
Kono Diego da.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. At least he's being diplomatic. Nav is like aware of like what he's thinking. He's like, "Don't you say anything."
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. Like, he gave that kind of
He's
smile.
like, Moreau, I realize your morals don't like this guy. Okay. I didn't know Knuckle liked candy so much.
Calm down, yeah.
Chill, man.
Yeah.
This question.
Well, no, this is really good. This is getting into the themes of the arc itself.
Right. Yeah.
Shoot, speaking with conviction. I like it.
Whew.
Essentially. Oh, shoot. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean... right.
Steel yourself, buddy. You guys are about to go and do some tough stuff.
Yeah. And Gon has to do the same thing. Oh, looks like I might get some excitement after all.
Yep. Yep. His senses are just... Oh!
Wait. So, different Chimerian.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
A snake. And spring out.
Okay. Brilliant. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Huh? Yeah. That look on his face. Hey!
Yeah!
Wow.
That's
Gon
funny.
being so thoughtful.
Right. Oh, so this guy just used
the
snake to...
I thought he went after Killua and they were just
No, he doesn't want to fight Killua.
Oh, that's
remember?
right. That's right.
He's like, no, I don't want to deal with that guy.
Maybe someone sent one after you.
Oh. More.
Oh,
wow.
Okay. So we really just wants to see what Gon's capable of.
Yeah. Jeez.
Seems kind of similar to the snake guy. And two's better than one.
What's funny is that owls and bats fly silently, so why are they making so much noise?
Yeah, that is a great question.
Yep. Melioron. Melioron.
Melioron.
Melioron, yes.
Yes.
Well, that was actually not what I expected. I thought we were going to get some of the squad leaders trying to become kings and stuff, but we did get, I believe Hagia is the name, yeah. Going,
yeah, whatever brilliant plan he has.
Yeah, with ambition to try and go meet up with Meruem. Or at the very least, serve Meruem.
Right. I like Melioron's idea, though, because it's just like, hey, I can stay next to the king. I'll just make it so that he doesn't know where I am, and he doesn't know I'm there, you know. And then later...
He's not with the king. He's trailing
in
Gon.
The same general area.
He might...
Like, he's in the same region. He didn't go somewhere completely different.
Well, yeah. But we don't even know whether or not he's with the king or not.
Yeah, I don't think he is. But...
why wouldn't... You don't think he is?
Nah.
Really?
Huh. Well, I mean, with his
he knows
ability
the king is here.
Right, but with his abilities to blend in, it seems like he would be wasted being in a big group, right? You know, whereas like as a loner, he could probably do a lot better.
He could be issued out as orders from the king to be doing all this stuff.
Sure, that's true.
Okay. So we have Gon and Killua making their infiltration happen. Yep. They split up.
Yeah.
Now don't you know, you never split the party.
But in this case, I see the logic behind it. Except for the fact
that they split the party.
Well, right. And normally that wouldn't be an issue, except that Gon tends to act impulsively. So Killua, prepared for that, and he made him promise and all that stuff, But
I think this is going to end up bad.
Yeah.
I think because they split up, it won't be immediate consequences, but
sure. Yeah.
How do they know where to find each other?
Well, they have their phones. They can text each other.
Oh, they do have their phones. That's right.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know. Gon could just be like, "Hey, Killua, I'm getting attacked by all these chimera ants. It's really weird. You want to come help me out or something?"
Yeah, but I don't think Gon would do that.
No.
But what I'm more kind of weirded out by is that while Killua knows that he would be able to do this stuff more effectively with saving a lot of the population, I get that. He would be able to do that stuff more effectively alone because he gets to move alone and stuff. But the thing is, we have all this context of Killua, with Bisky's whole thing of like leaving Gon and that, he plans to leave Gon and stuff. There is a real universe where Killua doesn't
ever come back. Yeah.
Now, he got over his fear thing with Illumi. He got over the literal thing in his head.
Yeah.
So
right, and I
don't think he would ever really leave Gon. But
especially not consciously when he knows that there's a more difficult fight coming up, because as much as he might want to do the thing of, oh, this is Gon's fight, he must fight Neferpitou alone. That's silly.
No, that's not what I'm meaning, Jacob. I was meaning that him leaving Gon is something about how he has failed Gon. So he needs to find some way to redeem himself.
And
Well, either way, we've now set ourselves back into the linear
we have
task of them making their way to
squashing bugs. Yeah.
Well, squashing bugs, making their way closer to East Gorto's castle fortress.
Right.
Slowly but surely. Now, this also brings up a very real point. You were saying that Melioron is probably not with the king.
I don't think so.
Now that you talk about that, actually, I think you're right.
Okay.
Because if Melioron was with the king, I think he would have immediately sent someone to the king upon seeing these two there. Being like, hey, there's some serious Nen users that came here.
Right, yeah, because that would be the best part about having a scout like Melioron, is it's not just the information he can give you, but it's the information he can give you without the other side knowing that information is being given.
Yes.
They don't know they're discovered, right? And they just keep on going their merry way.
But instead, he's having other chimera ants come and test
the waters.
Gon, which doesn't seem as smart if you are on the king's side. Because then Gon knows
exactly,
that they know he's there.
Right.
So things just got a little bit more interesting. And I like that the narrator is kind of telling us that things got more interesting by saying, and why is he following him? Like, we were already asking that question in a lot of ways, but we had also not asked that question as much because we're like, well, it's obvious. He's spying on him.
Right. And he doesn't want to follow Killua.
Right.
Yeah.
But the narrator bringing that up is more like, why is he following Gon specifically, and why is he following them and not actually engaging?
Right. Like, is he trying to eat Gon? Like, is that his big ploy? Like,
is he wanting to maybe utilize Gon for something?
Yeah, or learn from Gon, like see how Gon fights, and basically be like, oh, okay, this is in action what a real Nen user looks like.
For sure. There's a whole lot of possibilities there. I do love the design of the chameleon chimera ant with the hoodie.
Yeah. Yeah, like we'd seen it before, but they don't show him a lot. I wonder why. So it was great to see him a bit more here. Now
also, it's a cool thing to show that his natural stealth as a chameleon is something that Gon wouldn't be able to sense.
Right.
But he also might be using other people, other chimera ants, to be the things that Gon will sense immediately, so that he's not looking for anything else potentially. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who knows?
Now, one of the things that I thought was interesting, we got a bit more world building this episode.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Some very specific world.
They're literally North Korea in the HunterxHunter world.
That is what it seems
like
to be.
They brought up the whole thing of their own people being essentially entrapped within the country. Mm-hmm. The whole thing of their spies and stuff. You had also the whole thing of them utilizing the lesser masses essentially for the means to keep the elite in a position of power, which also might be to keep them in check so that they are loyal to the supreme leader. That they utilize nuclear developments, which, by the way, they mentioned nuclear weapons. By the way.
Hey, so we could get a conjurer that conjures a nuke.
Well, at the very least, we could get something nuclear, or at the very least, an actual nuclear bomb that actually is the way that they end this whole thing.
Right. When you have a zombie outbreak, what do? Well, when it's in a centralized location, you take a few nukes and you just drop it on them.
Yeah, that's a very American response that we have there.
It's an effective response for when you have.
It is a very effectively
response, an extinction level event waiting to happen.
One thing that I think they also gave as world building that was very interesting was the chimera ants that came with Hagya and them. Showed themselves before Shia LaBeouf.
Right.
And they bowed and stuff. When Shia LaBeouf looked on them, there was this slight bit of, is this it? Like, is that all?
Just disdain and
really?
You realize how little we value you, right?
Is this your gift? Like, yourselves? That's it?
Right. It's like you should have done better. Yeah.
Like, on some level, I think we don't really comprehend fully how far above the evolutionary chain the Royal Guard and the King are from even humanity.
Right.
Like, this is something that I think was a very clever way to showcase the food chain here. So, we have regular humans, bottom of the food chain, and it's very, very terrifying thought to think about.
Right.
We have chimera ant soldiers, grunts, who
can kill a ton of humans.
Ton of humans. We have basically the average Nen user human that could kill a bunch of chimera ant soldiers and stuff like that. Then we have chimera ants that can use Nen.
Right.
Then we have hunters and trained Nen users. But then after that, we have trained ants. You see what I'm saying with this? The mirror one is constantly one-upped on the food chain of sorts.
Yes.
The squad leaders can beat trained hunters and stuff.
Right.
We have the Royal Guard, who one of them makes all these others with Nen bow in do not smite us, please. We are here to serve you.
Yeah.
The king is far and away beyond the Royal Guard. Now, I love that HunterxHunter never goes into power levels or anything like that.
But they do it all narratively.
They do it all narratively. But one of the things that I really appreciate here is that people and the chimera ants all have their own instinctive survival tendencies. So when they see someone that is clearly above them on the food chain scale, there's a deference, please don't kill me.
Right.
And we see that here with Shia LaBeouf, basically. Just, is this all? And then we see...
his no hands violin playing.
Right, then we see Gon and Killua walking, through the forest. The chameleon Melioron is just
I'm not going
I'm going to be very careful here.
Right. Yeah.
So so this is just something that as we get closer and closer to the celebration day and the actual plan of attack happens, I want to see that happen where on some level these humans that are coming in to destroy the Chimera ants and the Chimera ants themselves, the Royal Guard and the King, they both have this moment of looking on at each other with respect.
Yeah.
Whereas we've always seen it one-upping each other.
Right.
I want to see
the battle between equals.
Well, not necessarily like in strength or anything like that, but where they acknowledge the other with respect, because it's like, oh, wait, you're an individual. Like the Chimera ants that are the Royal Guard and the King at this point are probably superior in a lot of ways to humans than humans could ever be. So in some ways, as a human being, you look upon something like that with fear. You look upon something like that and you go,
because of course that's
like that's terrifying. So you, in a lot of ways, you can't like your survival instincts don't allow you to give it the respect it's in some ways warranted because you're so afraid for your own life.
Gotcha. All right.
But in this case, with a hunter like, say, Nov, who I think is probably the most kind of intelligent of the ones that are going into this whole fight, sort of things. He has the air of someone who is has a high intellect score and stuff like that. If he would also have that side of him where it's like, I have to commend, Chimera ants for coming this far. You are all individuals. Like, you have aspects of humanity within you. Like,
and I could totally see Shia LaBeouf doing something like that to Nov and Morel as well.
Right, when they end up fighting. Now, for the survival of my own species. They both say this, basically. For the survival of my own species. Forgive what I'm about to do to you. And then just all-out hell breaks out.
And speaking of survival of my own species, one of the things that I've always wondered, we had the king, Meruem, originally kill 2 Chimera ants. And I believe they had Nen. And he ate them, and he said that they were disgusting.
Yes.
Now, that seems a little bit strange to me. Now, granted, he was fed humans with Nen when he was growing, in the egg, right?
He has not eaten a human with Nen up until this point. At all.
No, he ate the one when they took over the kingdom.
Oh, right, and he was like, yes!
Right, exactly.
Yes.
So given how much he loved that, right?
That's right.
Now, granted, humans, Chimera ants, they are a bit different, but if they both have Nen, what I would think is that, Shia LaBeouf is like, oh, you're here, they're bowing, okay, whatever, go over there. And then the king's just like, okay, whack, 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 and then just eats them.
I think that on some level, eating a Chimera ant is something that the king doesn't want to do. I don't think...
he went to it pretty quickly.
That was when he was born and he was starving.
Sure.
But I don't think it has any... I don't think he has desire to do it, because if he did, he would just kill the Royal Guard and eat them.
Right, and he said it was disgusting. So so the question is, I guess that Chimera ants with Nen aren't as tasty as humans with Nen.
Well, I think it's also the phagogenesis. The phagogenesis has to put it into their own biology. So with the humans, they might be tapping into an actual spirit, actual like their actual human spirit. The aura itself isn't a biological thing. It's something that's you couldn't put juice in it, this is aura. But with a Chimera ant, maybe with the phagogenesis, they need to actually find some way to incorporate it into their biology. Sure. And that's how it's so natural for them.
There could be all kinds of things of why there is that difference. That's just something I wanted to point out, because that did seem a little bit strange, because that seemed, since they value Hagia and his 2 cronies obviously so little, that seemed like it could potentially be the obvious solution. And also one of those things of, why, Hagia, are you going back here, literally?
I think it's a mixture of him realizing that
he has a target on his back, basically, as a Chimera ant.
Well, no, that the world will either be ruled by this guy, the king, that Meruem will literally, just take over everything. So I either need to place myself at full service to true strength now, or I need to find some way to stop him from doing that so that I can be... Which is the stupid thing, but I think
the stupid thing.
He needs to know. He needs to be able to know, because he doesn't really know what he's dealing with. So if he has at the very least the chance to staying close by... Like, here's another way to look at it. If Hagya goes out to the far, opposite end of the world, and he has his pride, and he has his thing and everything, and for like 6 months or 6 years, they have a
jolly good time.
They have a jolly good time. And then Meruem shows up and just instantly wipes them all out.
Sure.
I
or
think,
at that point, he then bows down and says, "I've prepared. I've built a little sect of the world for you. Like."
I think he would then just say like, "Excellent," and then just blow his head off.
But that's still okay. I guess it was just one of those things where since we saw Hagya talking to like the reporter, like having a freaking interview, right?
Sure.
He didn't seem to really be worried. Now, it might be that it was because the Hunter Association said we're going to exterminate the Chimera ants that made him worried. Would have been nice to see that, and they did look a little bit haggard going through the desert, I guess. But but especially just since because the times that he's been talking, it's been like I've enjoyed what he had to say.
Yeah.
So I don't want him to just die pointlessly, which is like, okay,
he's probably going to.
Like, you're going to be that reporter. Like, you realize that, right? Like,
yes!
like, you literally just did this to something else that you considered to be inferior. And now you're doing the exact same thing. Like,
yeah.
I guess maybe you ate that reporter and your phagogenesis took on that trait or something. Because,
oh, shoot.
Because this is, like, completely stupid.
Yeah. But on my meta front, I don't care at all about most of the squadron leaders anyway. So I just am curious about the interaction
to see how it's going to happen.
Yeah, like, I would rather have him have some like 5-second interaction with Meruem that involves something curious that we haven't seen before and just instantly die.
Yeah.
Rather than having an episode dedicated to him going and setting up a...
No, I get that.
A kingdom somewhere that's ultimately meaningless to the story.
Because see, here's the thing. This is the kind of thing that makes me wonder. It's because I don't want to have to see, more episodes of like, oh, okay, how are they going to take down Hagya? But if there ends up being something, a world after Meruem, and there's still Chimera ants around, that's why I would like to see some of them have basically established themselves. Yeah, exactly. Like Colt, right? And Colt is the paragon obvious choice of some, of a Chimera ant to survive.
I agree.
But, I would love to see different setups and different, situations where, because there's diversity among the Chimera ants, as we have seen. And this is making me think and more that they aren't going to do that.
But if Meruem does die, if the Royal Guards Meruem are defeated, do you really think humanity is going to let the Chimera ants continue to exist? Like, on some level, I really think the Chimera ants would have to go into hiding.
Right. Yeah. Unless
like
they have
underwater one.
Right. Unless they have some sort of special exception, like Colt, probably. Then yeah.
Yeah. But, I don't have a lot of faith in humans.
Okay. Here's a question. All right. Now this would be really cool. If Hagya basically was pulling a greed card. Not an actual greed card like Greed Island.
I know what you're talking
about.
But
he's basically like, okay, I'm betting that the humans will at some point actually defeat Meruem, and then I'm going to eat Meruem. That's completely unrealistic, and there's no way that's going to happen, and I don't think he's thinking that. But that could actually be a cool bit of ambition that might work. And he's saying, I'm just going to stay here and not die. Not get in Meruem's way. And then, if they do win, maybe I can eat him and get powerful and skedaddle.
Sure. Yeah, it might actually be that he's truly surrendering and he's just excited about the idea of potentially ruling alongside.
Sure. Rising tide raises all ships or whatever.
The big thing to bring up that came along with the world building and stuff is the idea of so many people dying. So this arc is pretty dark. It rhymes. But now we have numbers getting thrown out here. And
Yeah.
And there's this whole aspect of Killua talking about it so nonchalantly, Gon being like, okay, whoa, that's the situation.
Knuckle and Shoot having their issues.
But Knuckle and Shoot had an actual like conversation about like that's got me riled up.
Right.
It shows how deeply Knuckle cares, which makes us love him even more as a character. But what it also does is it shows the difference between how Knuckle and Shoot react to this knowledge versus Gon and Killua, which, for all intensive purposes, it just seems like Gon and Killua are able to somehow separate themselves from the knowledge of this mass atrocity because of the mission.
And hey, that could also be something where it's like they're bringing into the fact that these kids are really young, so they don't really like, they might not like, they like the idea of
hearing a big statistic doesn't necessarily like trigger them in some way. Yeah.
But if they saw, you know, just one of those little villages with the dead strewn about, Gon would probably be a little upset. You know.
Yeah, I think on some level there's some naivete involved with Gon not being able to fully comprehend the ramifications of what's happening right now.
He's like, oh, this stuff's complicated, I'll just listen
But
to
also,
Killua.
Gon doesn't necessarily have the greatest amount of empathy. Like,
yeah.
Gon's the kind of person who every once in a while you're like, whoa, good job, Gon, you care so much. And then all of a sudden you're like, you don't care at all.
His empathy is very conditional.
It's very conditional. Yeah. Like, it's a little bit suspect.
And we don't really know what those conditions are, kind of like Krolos. But,
anyway, I wanted to bring up that Shoot was being like very
like assertive and like,
well, he was speaking with conviction, yes, but I was saying that his verbiage, the choice of words that he gave, and the question that he asked Knuckle was very much a like, we're going to have a moral dilemma in this show, and this will be kind of the theme of the show moving forward. Is like, think about it this way: so we have we will let 500,000 die to save humanity. He's like, yes, that's what you have to do, and Knuckle's like, damn it, you know. One of the things that's a more common theme that's brought up though is, will you save or kill the one in order to save or destroy the many? So we haven't come to that point yet in the story.
But I think did mention a while ago, like, will I have to sacrifice some of them?
Thank you.
And now they're bringing this up here.
We're such on the same wavelength.
Yeah, it's like, okay. We
wink, wink. We get it. We get it. There's a real possibility that while the battles between the Chimera Ants and the humans could go any way, and it'll be crazy and it'll be intense and chaotic, there could come a point after all the battles, or maybe even like in the middle of the battles, where someone needs to make the hard call, the sacrifice, if you will.
Sure, absolutely.
That either involves killing the one to save the many, or saving the one to kill the many. Now, this is where HunterxHunter could do the subversion thing. It's basically when you ever bring up the whole thing of, let's weigh human lives. Like, just doing that at all sucks. Like, that's something no one wants to do.
Yeah.
But that's something they're, like, having to program into, like, AI or, like, self-driving cars, for instance. So, like, sorry, that's completely irrelevant. But the thing is that, like, that's something that this story is telling us we will have to do.
Right.
There is no going around that. There's no third option here.
Oh.
You will weigh one scale over the other.
Here's the other thing that's interesting. If they basically have determined that, okay, these 5 million people in this country are going to die, then at that point, wouldn't it maybe save time to just drop nukes? Like,
I don't think that they're at that point yet.
Okay.
But the thing is that Netero is tied to the Hunter Association, which is tied to like the global like the global community.
Right.
So who's to say that Netero, when he's talking about sacrificing, is that he's not talking about sacrificing one of their group, but he's talking about sacrificing all their group.
Or when he said, I have a friend I need to go see.
Oh, you mean like it being
maybe it's not someone. Okay, no, it's totally Zeno.
That's dumb.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Zeno.
yeah.
It's 100%
And
Zeno.
and they basically confirmed that in this episode.
They really
Great.
did. That was
Like,
really cool. They're like dropping it just in case people weren't catching on, which I think is totally fine, because most people, I would say, would be like, oh, I'm really excited to meet this new character that Netero's, talking about.
And that was a while ago, and most people don't watch episodes, twice a week, right? So, yeah.
Well, actually, I think from what I've heard with Hunter, most people just binge it.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So it would be easier to remember.
Oh. Well, no. But the idea is that they wouldn't have as much time to basically think about it in between and wonder about it. They'd just be like, oh, okay, there's a friend. Oh, okay, they talked about, like Zeno and the...
Right, and then
the
then we would find out who the friend is sooner if they were watching it that fast. Right. So that, I got you. Good point. So, there's a very real possibility, though, that, this small country, or what have you, it's very small, little localized area and stuff like that. They're like, if we fail, if we don't stop the celebration, if we die, we need you to nuke the place.
Okay. This is something that is
something
has
that
a
could
zero...
very much happen.
Now
we had our whole little idea of like 500 emitters just... But now we know that actual physical nukes exist in this world, so we might not even need that.
No. This is something that I will say has like a 0.000000000 to infinity % chance of happening, basically. But, okay. But just picture this for a second.
Really gonna be... What are you gonna say?
Okay. Nov has his alternate dimension room place, whatever.
Right.
They stuff it full of nukes. Then it's just like, all right, Netero, just get Meruem in there. They close it. Somewhere in an extra dimensional space, there's a dozen nukes going off.
That's the thing. If it is truly a pocket in space-time,
right?
If it is truly an extra-dimensional space,
then that would be amazing.
Then that would be hilarious.
But if it's like, oh no, we're just going to like a secure room, like in another continent, then obviously that wouldn't really work.
With that idea, there's no way they're going to do that. But if they do that, the only way I think it would actually work is if someone dragged Meruem into it with their own self,
like Netero, basically.
Well, yeah, it would have to be. It would have to be, and
then that would be like that would be such a Hunter way to basically be like, okay, we're gonna subvert everything, right? They're gonna do lockdowns. I don't know if I would be able
to take that seriously.
I don't know. I don't think I would.
I would be like, wow, that sucks. Like they had to do that, but then I'd be thinking in my head about like.
I was expecting an epic fight. Like,
right, I know, but that would feel a little bit like the ending of Madoka Magica in some ways. Like, hey, let's manipulate reality to set a huge amount of weapons.
Hey. Well, no.
Come on.
No. Let's not go into Madoka Magica.
I'm not going into any more.
If you haven't.
Yeah, if you haven't watched that, watch it. Yeah.
But right, it would be the idea that with all this preparation towards something where the preparation wasn't as amazingly thrilling as the like say the York New arc.
They would need to build up way more the
They're banking on a big payoff.
Well, I know, but they would need to build up the stories more of the two characters of Meruem and Netero a lot more for me to have investment in that.
If we randomly get a bunch of back-to-back episodes of backstory and stuff for Netero and like, philosophizing on Meruem's part or something.
Hey, we might not need that actually if Netero has a friend to interact with, because then he can just talk with them, and then we are already getting the, character depth that we need. Being smart. One of the things that is a very, very cool dynamic of having characters come in pairs is something that Haikyuu does really well.
Oh yeah,
HunterxHunter does this pretty well as in addition to that. But theirs is more of a battle side of things. Is that you get to show them in their comfortable interaction character dynamic, but then you get to shift that every once in a while by bringing in someone that breaks the dynamic.
Exactly. And then you pulls out that side of the character you haven't seen before.
Exactly. Yeah. So in this case, Netero has never really been with a specific person. That's kind of an equal that has him show his true self.
And we saw Zeno with Silva, but saying like he's with Silva and they're needing to like take out Crollo. Cool.
I would be really surprised. Let's just... guys, it's gonna be Zeno.
Like, it's
old
totes
people
Zeno,
know
right?
each other. Don't you know that?
Yeah. But if it is Bisky,
If
that
it
would
is
be
Bisky,
pretty cool.
If
Like-
it is Bisky,
like, that would be
oh my god, I would freak out. I would be so happy because just the idea of seeing her being like, well, you guys, like, I don't know what Bisky's all about and stuff with like hiding her true form and stuff, but I think this would be that moment where she'd be like, appearances be damned, then she just, you know, hulks out, and it's just like, and then you could have like, you know, like one of the current ants like Neferpito be like, oh, you're beautiful, and she'd be like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. And then Neferpito's like, I can do that too.
Okay, I think we're done goobering around and stuff. This was a good episode. It's a good foreshadowing episode, but it's also a good kind of world building episode. But it didn't really end in a way that was conclusive. So I think we're now in the linear stuff.
Right.
And we can expect more linear episodes rather than kind of an episodic detour over to Phantom Troops dealing with Zazan.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. So
Me too.
Let's get more of that. So guys, if you want to see the next 2 episodes reactions right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. Any other kind of support, any kind of support really comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us there about stories or whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.